Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to the AR Basecamp challenge. This challenge is important for you to do to prepare yourself to do the course. It teaches you some very basic things about programming, and if you can solve this and you feel you understand it and confident, then I feel sure that you can get the basics of Swift programming and AR kit. So the challenge is here. It's on Code Wars, and the link is in the website. And the challenge here is to basically call a function called repeat string, and you tell the function to print a string n number of times. So for example, if you pass in I, then the function should print I 6 times. So what do you need to do this challenge? Well, go to the Mac App Store and search for Xcode. It's a free program here. If you download that, then you will be able to use Swift Playgrounds. If you don't have a Mac and you yet, because you will need one for the course, but you are able to also do the challenge directly through the website. You can fill in your solution here, and then if you press the attempt button down here, it will attempt your solution, and it should show green here in the left hand panel if you have done the solution correctly. Okay, so what things do you need to complete this challenge? Well, you have to understand about 5 fairly basic concepts in programming. It's not just Swift programming, it's any language. But specifically we're going to be doing the Swift language because that's what Apple require their developers to program in. So the first type of concept is variable types. So a good way of demonstrating this would be in a playground. So I'm going to create a new playground, and I'm going to call it variable types. And when you create a new playground, Apple give you a 2 lines. The first line is something called import, which is importing a library so it can help you write your code. There's lots of things, clever things that Apple have created that they don't want you to have to create again. The second line is a variable declaration, and you always start your declarations with the word var, and then the name of your variable, which in this case is str, which stands for string, which we'll come on to in a minute. And then you have an equal sign to assign this variable something, and we're going to assign it with this string hello playground. How do we know it's a string? Because it's enclosed in quotation marks. So we say that this is a variable of type string, and if I press the option key and the question mark comes up, the Swift program or Apple's Xcode program will be able to tell us that this variable is of type string. So that's our first variable type. And a string is basically a collection of letters. Our second variable type is, which you need to understand for this challenge, is a number. So we're going to call this number. And I've said var to define it as a variable, and then the name, and then equals, and then I'm going to put the number 10. So now number takes on the value 10. So we say that number is a variable of type integer. An integer is basically a whole number. And I can prove this by pressing the question mark over it and looking at Swift's definition of it, and it says it's an int. If you click on int, which I can do, it will take us to Apple's documentation, and you can read some very in-depth things about it, but it's not necessary. You just need to understand that this is a string, a collection of letters, and this is a number, which is a whole number 10. And to demonstrate more to you what a variable is, str represents hello playground. So it's like a box, and we've put hello playground inside of a box, and our box is called str. Number is a box, but inside of our number box we have the number 10. And I can prove this by printing out the contents of this box string. So str string. So print is a statement Apple have written for you, and it allows things to be printed out onto the screen or into this console window down here. So we're printing out the contents of str, and the contents of str is hello playground. If we do the same with number, then as you can probably guess, we're going to print the number 10. So that is the first concept in programming which you'll need to understand to solve this challenge. It is variable types, strings and numbers. I'll see you in the next video, and we can discuss the next concept, which is functions. Hope to see you there.